Today we'll talk about project risk management from our first book in the Project Management mini-series, Project Risk Management Simplified. This presentation offers simple processes as well as tools and techniques for handling project risks.
If you've managed projects, then you're already familiar with many of the risks involved. Senior managers force unrealistic deadlines or add scope without giving you more time or money. Customers constantly change their mind. As they see the project unfold, they come up with new and better ideas. Of course, they want you to implement these ideas, holding the same cost and schedule structure. The team may not even report to you, and even if they do, they're pulled in hundreds of different directions, constantly interrupted with client requests, senior manager interventions, technical challenges, even personal issues. Project management offers many tools to help maintain and control your projects against these concerns. Work breakdown structures, estimating tools, resource leveling charters. But which tool do you apply to which challenge? Fortunately, project management offers one skill that can help you handle all these different issues: risk management. Risk management is likely the most misunderstood and misvalued skill in project management. Project management takes years to master, not because any particular piece is difficult, but because of the vastness and diversity of knowledge and skill needed to make a project successful. Risk management, however, is the one skill that you and your team can use to cover almost any difficult area within a project. Whether you and your team have difficult executive management, troubled client, technical concerns, or you're simply new at project management, risk management can help you strengthen your project in all these areas. Why is risk beautiful? It covers all areas of the project: technical, political, organizational, even team-based risks. It is one of the easiest of the project management skills to master. You can even use it to manage your senior managers and upper-level stakeholders effectively. It also helps get the team involved and helps them get focused on risk avoidance. It produces excellent results, and it produces them fast. To aid understanding, I broke project risk management down into 3 skill levels. The basic or entry level is designed for new and novice project managers running smaller and medium-sized projects. The novice level for more seasoned project managers running larger and riskier projects. Then there's the master level. Here we'll address such issues as advanced modeling, bonding and insurance, and advanced stakeholder management. Fortunately, the basic skills covered here will cover almost all small and medium-sized projects quite well. If you're new at project management or just new at risk management, this level will cover you through many difficult projects. That's the rationale for the Simplified Editions of the Project Management mini-series. Busy project managers need simple answers to difficult questions fast. If you fall into this category, the Simplified Editions are designed specifically for you.
So let's begin. What is a risk? Simply put, a risk is an event which may or may not occur that will have effect on the project. It can affect the project's scope, in other words, what we're doing in the project. It can affect the project schedule, or it can affect the cost of the project. Furthermore, risks have triggers. A trigger is some event that tells us the risk is about to occur, or in fact has occurred. Okay, well then how do we handle risks? Well, I've broken this down into 5 simple steps. The first step is to identify the risks. The next step is to filter them. Many risks will have a very small probability or impact on our project. We don't want to worry about them. Those risks which do have an effect on our project will want further information. We'll want to quantify exactly how much impact they will have on our project. Then we'll want to determine what we want to do about them. We want to plan responses to our risks if they occur. Finally, we're going to monitor and control our risks. We're going to look for triggers so that we can enact a preventive plan or a contingency plan if the risk should occur. Obviously, the first step is to identify risks. You can do this through risk identification meetings. You can review historical documents such as previous projects, change logs, or risk registers from previous projects. Assumptions are another excellent source of risk. Assumptions by their nature are risky. They are essentially guesses. We have a question, we don't know the answer, so we guess at the answer. The obvious risk associated with every assumption is that the guess is wrong. You can also gather risks through interviews. As you're talking with your stakeholders, simply ask them for any concerns they have regarding the project. Once we have the risks, we'll want to filter them. The two key metrics used in risk management are probability that the risk will occur and the impact it will have on our project if it does. The product of probability and impact is called the risk score or risk ranking. So, if a risk has a low probability that will occur, we don't want to spend a lot of time worrying about it. Similarly, if its impact, the effect it will have on the project, is low, we shouldn't pursue it further. Risks that don't warrant more time are placed on a thing called the watch list. We don't ignore them, we watch them, but we don't spend a lot more time analyzing them. Risks which do pass our filter require more attention. They go on to quantitative analysis. In quantitative analysis, we identify the exact probability and impact the risk will have on our project's objectives or baselines. There are three: time, cost, and scope. I usually let the team determine these impacts, as they're the subject matter experts. Again, we multiply the probability and impact, but now instead of calling these numbers risk ranking or risk score, we call them expected monetary value, as they're now very specific. It's these numbers I'll use to determine the amount of contingency time and money to apply to my project. Next, we'll determine how we'll handle the risk if it fires. There are three primary strategies. Preventive plans. These either eliminate the risk or reduce the probability or impact. We activate preventive plans before the risk fires. Contingency plans are those actions we'll take if the risk triggers. Finally, we can simply accept the risk. If it fires, we'll simply accept the consequences. Each of the Project Management mini-series books contains a section called Tricks of the Trade. These are strategies and actions I take when managing projects. These require a bit more detail than I can cover in this brief introduction, but in this book I present Brainstorming Light, a simplified method for brainstorming used to identify risks or discovering contingency or preventive plans, Nominal Group Technique, a method for obtaining group consensus for probabilities or impacts of risks, and finally Delphi Technique. This is one of my favorite methods for handling risks. The strategy obtains group consensus but virtually eliminates the problem of politics or strong egos within the group. One of the best methods I found for handling risks is its ability to handle difficult stakeholders, including my direct management and even senior level management in the organization. It's called managing up. Risk analysis is an excellent technique for managing stakeholder expectations within a project. If you'd like more information on project risk, you'll find these topics covered in more detail in our first book of the Project Management mini-series, Project Risk Management Simplified. In that book, we'll cover the beauty of risk, its advantages, and how you can use it to improve your projects as well as your stakeholder management. What is a project risk? Defining what a risk is as well as the attributes and characteristics that risks have. The steps in managing risks, the same steps I covered here in more detail. Response strategies, showing different avenues and different techniques for handling risks before and after they occur. Tricks of the Trade, where we go over the three techniques of Brainstorming Light, Nominal Group Technique, and Delphi Technique. In Chapter 6, we cover Risks Great as Beauty, how to use risk management to help you manage your stakeholder expectations and manage up. And finally, a brief summary. I hope you learned a little about project risk management. If you'd like more information, you'll find the book at major internet booksellers, including Barnes & Noble as well as Amazon. It's also available for your Kindle, Nook, iBook, and Kobo devices. If you'd like more information about Ally's training programs, please visit our website at www.allybusiness.com. And may all your projects be successful.